Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M53, M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. We're on the south spawn of Erlenberg, and it's under the command of SirrusX. Now you might know him as Sir Rusty, yes, because it's the gentleman who made up a lot of the skins that What Arty Noobs uses. Him and his talented daughter, who we miss, because of course Jazz came up with some fantastic skins of her own, including ones of real vehicles that actually existed. Well, Rusty has decided to, or SirrusX I should say, has decided to park himself near the house on the west side of the map, but he's not moving a long way away. From this position he can actually shoot up the main high street, but it's not a perfect solution. He's trying to get a solution now at the moment. Can't hit the BZ68, and he's just too far to the east to get shots on that IS-22 just behind him. But there are a number of enemy tanks over on the castle. He might be able to get shots on them. One of the things I was pointing out in a replay just recently was to say, if you haven't got a perfect angle and you can't hit the targets there are in sight, just move so you can get them in line. Okay, so he can get a shot this Type 4. Rounds out. Direct hit, and a good one. 341 hit points, and he's changing position to avoid counter battery. Now he's got the 8-inch howitzer. He's capable of doing, what's this, 1100. Yes, he's using the special HE on this one. He's not using, well, he does have 5 stun shells, but he's using the special HE because you get more damage on the enemy. Average penetration, 65mm of armor. One of the enemy tanks, the BZ68's made it into that courtyard, but it still can't get a great angle. Now there are some really good shots you can get on the enemy if you actually go to the far west or the far east side of the map. From this position he can shoot that Chieftain prototype, fires the round in, doesn't get anything from it, I'm afraid. There's another danger to being in this particular position just here, is that you might be vulnerable to enemy tanks that are coming in from the other side, and well, the Tiger P has decided to stay near the cap area. Our ISU-152 looks like he's an AFK. His gun's down, he hasn't moved away from the start of the game. Now it might be that SirrusX has decided he's going to go over to the far east side of the map. Now I've done that recently and got some great firing positions on some of the gaps in the enemy team. Some of the gaps between the buildings, you can actually shoot between them and hit the enemy tanks they're trying to move up on the west side of the map, west side of the river I should say. So it's worth considering. From right up against in the O column, the further up you get, the more enemy tanks that you can hit. He's having difficulty trying to find a target though. The BZ68 is closer. Oh, now this is interesting because the enemy is actually pushed through on the west side of the map. In fact, they've come so far, they've made it very dangerous now to be on that side of the map. So good job that he moved away. Oh, and he fired without looking to see where the shell goes, but I think I can forgive it because he's actually moving to stop getting killed and wiped out. In fact, if that GW Tiger does not move away from that position, he's also going to die. In fact, I think he's almost certainly going to expire because he's just too close to the cap, and our guys at the enemy team are going to see him very shortly. Okay, so he's trying not to knock the trees down to avoid giving away his position, but he's picked a spot right near the tree line to try and get shots on the enemy. Now he's looking up this far end. I don't think they're going to be that far up now. In fact, we can hear trees going down, so somebody is in this neighborhood here, but I think they're a bit further back, Joe. Cirrus. He's fired around in at the house area. I don't think there's anyone. You can see them now. They were a lot closer than I thought. That's why I was thinking. I was hearing trees go down behind me. and that indicated they'd actually moved a lot further up. They got very close, but I think some of them have been spotted by the AMX 1390. We're now trying to get a shot on this Centurion 7-1, who won't survive the battle because he's too low on hit points. He's been tracked. This could be a kill shot if somebody gets around in there, and it might be Cirrus. Oh, no, target goes down before he can shoot. Okay, we've got a G-Saw up on top next to the windmill. We've got another tank, which is actually a Chieftain prototype in the town centre. He's firing at... Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good shot because that went very close to the G-Saw. I'm not sure if it did any damage because it was a blind shot at the time, but it was very, very close and it went straight. Can't see the exact impact point. It's not visible. There's still a Progetto 46 over on the west side of the map, but our guys are protecting the cap from that. And the score is still even, so no major losses. The only problem is that we've had to move away from our cap area. Oh, now that's a good one. That's the Doom Turtle. And he's been spotted, and he didn't like that, but we're not loaded, so we can't do anything about it just yet. Okay, we've got a Barrask there as well. Very unusual. Is it a Barrask? No, I don't think it was, actually. I'm wrong. It's a Charioteer. I thought for a second that was saying Barrask. My eyesight deceiving me. Rounds out. No joy. If he was behind the building, it would have splashed him. If he moved back to his firing position, he would have taken heavy damage. The T-95 just took two major shots, one of which probably came from one of our guys, probably the BZ-58-2, and another one came in from a different direction. Oh, the GW Tiger P just hit the T-95, and that Charioteer is poking out from behind the house. We're not fully dialed in yet. Rounds out. That probably would have done some damage, but unfortunately we lost our teammate in the Object 283. Got killed by their G-Saw. Yeah, he managed to sneak up, but the G-Saw was still next to the windmill. And so he managed to shoot him in the back. Okay, we're looking for the enemy Arty. There's two of them, a batch out 155-55 and an SU-14-2. The SU-14-2 should be easy to spot because, of course, he is a very, very big thing. The batch out 155-55 is not small either. Okay. Nope, didn't get him on that one. Now, the good thing about this area is there's plenty of places you can hide amongst the trees. As I said, you know, it's very good that this side of the map for shooting over to the other side of the map and getting the shots between the buildings. The further up you move, the easier it gets to do that. GW Tiger P has actually taken up position behind us, so he's obviously taken the hint from Cirrus and decided we made the smart move to get over here as quickly as possible. You notice how you can shoot between the gaps in the buildings? And he's not that far up, actually. The further up you go, if you go to around about the G row or the F row, you can actually shoot right between the gaps in the buildings and hit enemy tanks when they think they're safe. And that really can be annoying to them. It also means you can attack the enemy tanks that are around about the castle area. Okay, he's firing another one where he thinks the enemy Arty is. Remember, there's two of them. Okay, our Skoda is pulling back. Now, that's the premium Skoda, the T27, the 3-shot autoloader. And that might encourage the G-Saw to come further south. We don't really want that, because we don't really want to meet the enemy light tanks. Now, you can see the gaps between the buildings. Yeah, it's very easy to get those shots in when you shoot between the gaps. And I can tell you, the enemy tanks really don't like it. Oh, we just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty. Yeah, the enemy tanks really don't like it if they think they're in cover and they're not, and they keep getting smacked repeatedly. It is just so funny because they get so frustrated. You can see that they're frustrated. They actually try and hide from you because, of course, there's nowhere they can hide, really. You can shoot between the buildings. Yep. Well, that 274 is probably going to pull back because he just got whacked. Oh, he's gone down. It was the 274A who got the kill shot. There must be an enemy Arty in this corner because we're seeing repeated tracer come out of this corner. And the AMX 1390 is moving up. Sirrus is loaded. There he is. In fact, there's the other one as well. They're both in this corner. He fires at the back chat. A direct hit for 260. So pity that didn't pen. The SU-14-2's gone down, but at least the other one has also died, but he didn't get the stun assist off that one either. There's only 4 enemies left. We still don't know what's happened to that G-Saw, and the annoying thing is now the east side of the map is virtually open to them because we've lost our protector. It's all we've got now is the GW Tiger P to cover our back just in case the enemy comes down. And of course at this moment we're surrounded by trees, and yes, there is an enemy here. It's the G-Saw. Auto aim on. Yes! Justice! The G-Saw goes down to a shotgun. That was good. Well played, Sirrus. Always nice when you get a satisfying shotgun. But there's still another one out there. There's still that Charioteer. The Charioteer and the Doom Turtle. The Doom Turtle's not going to be coming down here because he's very, very slow. We're not loaded yet, but remember that Charioteer, he did get splashed by us a couple of times. He might want revenge as well. Sirrus is lining a shot up on the T95. Fires the round in. And... oh, he got him! He wiped out the Doom Turtle. So that's his second kill of the game. Now, where is that Charioteer? I hope to hell he hasn't actually driven south for the winter. Coming to get us, because of course the G-Saw did spot us immediately we fired. He knew where we were, but it was too late for him. But the Charioteer might say, oh, I want to juice the Arty or Pascucci's medal. And there's nobody up there. Just seen that the Skoda's gone that way and there's nobody there. Nobody home. He must be running south at this moment. Well, there's only 17 seconds left to cap out. But Rusty, SirrusX, I should say, watch out for yourself. Yeah, he's just in front of you. Okay, he's getting close. He spotted us. Yes! SirrusX for the win. Well, it's not often you get a battle where you get 2 shotguns in a row and that you cap out the game, or everyone capped out, and on top of that you get the last kill of the game with a shotgun like that. Very well played by SirrusX. He held his nerve, he kept his cool, and when the enemy got close, he just blasted them with a shotgun at close range. I must admit, I would have auto-aimed on. In fact, if you've seen my recent battle with the Object 261, I aimed on one shot and I auto-aimed on the other one and blew both players away, one by shotgun and the other one with a aim shot at fairly close range. What SirrusX did was manually do it, which is a lot more difficult, but he did it very, very well. They were very close range when he took them out. But of course, he saved his team, got the bonus, because of course they killed all the enemy team right at the end of the game. He got a third-class tanker out of that game, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. He got a win rate of 1,052, which is good. And let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the T54E1, who got a high caliber and 4,689 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to the BZ58-2 with 3,897. And the third highest damage was the Object 274A on the enemy team with 2,641 hit points. SirrusX only got 1,080, but they were good ones. And when it came to kills, well, we can see the highest number was the AMX1390. He got a Top Gun. In fact, actually, he got a Pascucci's, a Top Gun, and the Invader. So he must have been the one that was capping out at the end of the game. 4 kills went to the BZ58-2, and 3 kills went to the SU-14-2 on the enemy team. And of course, SirrusX, he got 3 kills as well. So joint third place when it came to kills. There's that T-30-54. The Type 4H got a steel wall, so he blocked the most damage in the game. When it came to base XP, he's a little further down the table, but the high scorers were the T-54E1 with the high caliber. He got 1,161 base experience points. 1,084 went to the AMX1390, so he must have been doing a bit of spotting. Let's have a quick check of that to see how much spotting he did. Come on. There you go, 1,491 hit points of spotting. So he was probably the guy who was helping us. And he also got the enemy Arty. And one of our shots, one of SirrusX's shots, actually did hit the Arty that he detected. So that was quite nice of him to do that for us. And the third highest on base XP was the BZ58-2, who got 993. And we can see SirrusX got 661, which is better than everyone on the enemy team, and in 6th place on his own team. He fired 14 shots. That's a nice number of shots, but the last 2 shots were the best of all because, of course, they were the kill shots that earned him. Well, he actually earned the T95, and of course, he got the shotgun on the Charioteer. 5 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which I suspect was the G-Saw, but I'll just check that because it might have been the Charioteer instead. Was it the Charioteer? Yes, it was. The Charioteer took a direct hit and penetrating shot at close range. So, he also got 5 splashes, damage of 1,080 hit points, of which 833 were at more than 300 meters. And he received 1 hit, 1 penetrating shot, 5 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and he earned 31,188 credits from the battle, and 1,983 experience points. But of course, the double shotgun was the best thing of all. The fact that he took out a G-Saw and a Charioteer. They came Arty hunting, they wanted a Pascucci's medal, and they were sent back to the garage by an 8-inch howitzer wielded by SirrusX. So well done, Rusty, I say. Well, you know his name's Rusty. But well done, Rusty, because that was a really good shotgun, and we all enjoy a good shotgun. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.